No. Thank you, Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to inform this House that budget members, that's why you are seeing Honorable Bouce is quiet, because he knew what we talked. You're seeing very many members of budget like me, we are not talking. These are the people who do not attend meetings. They go to Kisumu to loiter in town. Now they are coming to this assembly, Mr. Speaker, to start contributing here. I'm urging members, and I'm urging the leader of minority, that we have very many members who can serve in budget committee, whether you are in minority or majority, and if you are not participating in the committee, like Amos, we have the power. We can remove him and replace him with another member who is very able to contribute.
Reader, can you substantiate that the Amos does interfere?
I saw him in the last meeting. If you come, he was loitering in town, Mr. Speaker. He was coming for a meeting.
Reader.
He was loitering there.
Order. You know, honorable members, I think this is the time for the joy leaders who want now to make noise. Honorable must proceed for 1 minute. Let us not be joy leaders in making noise.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Let Amos proceed for 2 minutes.
Thank you for protecting me, and I have every right to contribute in the House the same way I contribute in the Budget Committee. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to raise 2 issues. The first one was on financing. I was wondering why our budget, as much as I didn't raise it during the Budget Committee level, with a projection of 17.43 billion, and yet we are only able to raise 12.53 billion. I'm wondering how we gonna fill that gap of about 4.7 billion, considering that the previous year we didn't even meet our target. That was my concern. And then my last concern, Mr. Speaker, protect me from honorable.
Let him finish.
My last concern was on award-based planning, stroke budgeting. Looking at this plan, Mr. Speaker, and we raised these issues during our budget committee meeting. We've been wanting to do our planning based on wards and not sectors. But looking at this final report, Mr. Speaker, you find that the planning is based on sectors, which is unfair to some wards. And Mr. Speaker, I wanted to raise one issue. There is this issue of planning, and then you find that they are saying that they are planning to do the activities on all wards. For example, looking at the housing for vulnerable persons, Mr. Speaker, this item was in our last ADP, and they said the same case, that they were going to build houses in every ward. But looking at the report of the previous year, this has not happened. Again, you find that this item is still there in this budget. They are saying they are going to build these houses in all 45 wards. I find this, Mr. Speaker, as a way of stealing from some wards getting unfair share of the county resources in the name of all wards planning. I propose, Mr. Speaker, that this...
Yes, point of order. Point of order.
Mr. Speaker, I'm worried, and I've stood on point of order number 180, Mr. Speaker, about the reports of select committees. And Mr. Speaker, a report has been brought here by a select committee known as Budget Committee, and Honorable Moracha belongs to that Budget Committee. Mr. Speaker, the standing orders are very clear. On once the report has come, Mr. Speaker, if we did have a dissenting view, Mr. Speaker, his report could have been annexed or attached to this report, Mr. Speaker. Or you have given him time, Mr. Speaker, to start dissenting without a report, Mr. Speaker. Can you please procedurally, Mr. Speaker, allow him come with a dissenting view if there is any other time, Mr. Speaker, but not now, Mr. Speaker, because the standing orders are very clear, Mr. Speaker, on the dissenting views, Mr. Speaker, in a committee.
Honorable